Okay, so this is a message specifically for someone who is learning themselves and yeah, someone who is dealing with a parasite. You gotta love that thing, okay? Because whoever it is that was able to attach itself to you is not letting go, and they have figured out a way to become part of you. And I feel like that's, yeah, okay. It's familiars, it's demons. I feel like you need to get really close to Christ, and the closer you get to Christ, the more this entity is gonna have to let go, because they're gonna need to go their separate ways. Um, Something about Jungle Book, but this thing is a jaguar. Yeah, so this thing is like it's watching you and it's trying to control you. Every time you look away, it's like thirsting over you or lusting over you. That's what's happening. This thing is lost. It needs to find out where it belongs, because yeah, it does not belong here is what I'm getting. Yeah, it doesn't belong here. All right. So let me just clarify these. But I definitely feel that entity. Um yeah, it's like it's trying to see your thoughts, and it wants to get deeper into your consciousness and see how it can take advantage of you. And this thing this message is for somebody who's also going through this, um or this message is for somebody who is going through this, because I feel like there's this entity, this lurking monitoring spirit who's watching you, looking for a cure to something. This person may be sick. Maybe this person is looking for a cure, listening to the words, trying to make sense of the words. And then something about the crossing. So this person needs to die on the cross. They need to pick up their own cross and mind their business. Something about worry about themselves, because they're trying to figure out what your problem is. Like almost like as if they can heal you. But then they have no intentions on helping you. They just want to know your business. I feel like maybe they want to know, they're trying to make themselves feel better. They want to make themselves feel better or feel better about themselves by finding the fault in others. So that's why they're so ugly. It's a very ugly demon. A demon that doesn't know what it looks like, because it thinks that it's you. So whoever definitely encountered a mirroring spirit, someone who reflects you in every way, a doppelganger. And yeah, their energy is all over the place. It's very toxic, very corrupt. It's nothing that you can actually exchange with. It's almost like you don't even want to read or understand what this person is thinking, because they're so twisted and they have no thoughts of their own. That's why they're so deep into your business, because they don't have their own business. And this is what you need to get rid of. The only way you can get rid of this thing is by moving closer to Christ, because these things cannot serve. And this was done 3 times, and all were drawn up again into heaven. But the voice answered me again from heaven, what God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. This is interesting. Let's read this again. But the voice answered me again from heaven, what God hath cleansed, that call thou not common. That call not thou common. And this was done 3 times, and all were drawn up again into heaven. All right. So I feel like this is a message coming from God, his voice coming from above. Again, to love your enemies. That's how you get closer to Christ, by loving your enemies and loving this thing that's attaching itself to you. Where nobody's perfect, and that We don't try to be better than other people. And there you go. There's your salvation right there, because I feel like if you ignore this message, I mean, this is only for the people who understand I'm preaching to the choir right now. You know, if you ignore a message coming from God, that I don't even know what happens. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and the last thing I'm going to do is disobey. So just love whatever this thing is. God already told you to do it. Christ told us to love our enemies. So you can't go wrong. All right. And then love your neighbor as Christ loves you relentlessly. All right. Someone has a ringtone with you, or someone is being alerted of you. Someone knows when you come into the frame. Someone knows how beautiful you are, and they know when you surface, like, this is the real you, because you're preaching love, or, you know, when you forgive people, and this is who you are. You love unconditionally, and that's what you're getting closer to. That's what you're, yeah. It's all part of the prophecy. I'm talking to somebody that understands this, because for some people this may be all over the place, but whoever this is meant for, you know that you're getting closer to Christ in you, and listening and obeying his message, which is to love your neighbors and love your enemies. And I mean, there's a reason why they're your enemies. Somebody is stalking you. Somebody is definitely stalking you. They're obsessed with you, because I feel like it goes without saying, but they're obsessed with you because God loves you. That makes you very beautiful. That makes you very intelligent. And again, they want to be like you. So they literally die to themselves to be like you. And as long as you keep loving God, it's almost like they are you. Okay. Like, you are really loving yourself. And you ignore whatever it is that you were running away from, or you just love it and it disappears. This is the alchemy. That's the word we're using. This is you changing, transferring spirit, converting spirits. Let's see. Somebody is being rebirthed. This is your chosen path. And then here we have, this looks like a mother figure. So sorry about that if that was loud. I feel like I'm getting someone who is very in tune with themselves, but also very nurturing towards themselves. There's definitely a motherly vibe, but also you're realizing that this is who you've been all along. Someone who can see. You're definitely a seer. And what you see is that people are getting closer to you, and they're snuggling up with you, and they love your aura so much. I'm talking to somebody who's ready to just be themselves, and you're not running from this calling anymore. Something about relaxation. Today, seem, infirmary, subside. Okay. Also, I'm feeling like there's a lot of fakeness, and the closer you get to reality, the more you can see what's real and what's fake. And you could just pray for those people who are being fake, because it's sad. It's sad. I don't feel like they are doing it on purpose. I feel like they're just trying to be liked and not really in tune with themselves and what it takes to love themselves. So they're hating parts of themselves that they think is not acceptable. And that's what you're seeing. So people are trying to be like Christ. Christ is perfect. The closer you are to Christ and the closer you get to Christ, the less you have to worry about what other people are doing, because everybody is trying to do the same thing. Everybody's trying to get close to Christ. And here it is. You have to listen to what Christ is saying. Listen to what he's saying. He says his thoughts are not our thoughts. All right, I'm going to end this soon because my battery is about to die. But he says his thoughts are not our thoughts. And he's going to provide everything you need to move forward. But there's definitely some confusion here. I may have to do a part two. I just saw 1001. I see the balance, the symmetry coming from this. And let's just pull a Saints card just to close this out, because love is the answer. Ooh, what was that? I think that was Maurice. Something about dying for the cause. But then there's this motherly vibe. And look, it almost looks like a contrast between good and evil, because you see the red and the white. And this looks like an angel. This looks like a devil. I feel like you need to love relentlessly, no matter what the punishment is going to be for that, and don't resist it anymore. I feel like someone's saying love the devil. No, don't love Satan. Okay. Love man, and forgive his sins. All right. Everybody is struggling and trying to do their best, but try not to be too hard on these people, because they are suffering, and it's part of your calling to be kind. And yeah.